Hey everybody, how's it going? Guess who's here? Looks
Oh,
like looks like Wigwag gets the cookie tonight. John Knopfel, how are you doing? Ray Bertelson, Indian Head Valley, who's that?
nobody important. Go on, go on.
John Schoolkill River. Oh, Rail Artist, how you doing? Dwight, let's see. I said hi to Dwight. There's Connie. How you doing, Connie? Good to see you. Joe Rader. And Jim Tedesco. There's Jim.
Ian from Lehigh Valley.
Hey, Ian. And there's Artie Zero. Doing Artie. And Thomas Moore. How are you?
Hi, Thomas. And everybody else.
And I think I'm caught up, at least with the people in the chat.
So far.
So far.
Anthony Gordon.
How you doing, Anthony?
How you doing, Anthony?
Oh. It's good to see everybody this evening.
Yeah, Artie, that's about the only place there's blue sky. And if you see blue sky, it's so cold nobody's going out to look at it.
Yeah. Hey, that's how it is down here today, believe me.
Yeah.
It
Mark
is.
from Stu Structure. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Stu Structures.
It's Mark.
Mark. Yes.
Mark Stewart.
I always wondered how he got Stu from Mark. That's how. That's good to know. It's good to know. So, while we're waiting on everybody to come in, there is So Geronimo. How are you doing? Dave BNSF.
How you say it? So Geronimo.
Yep.
I guess so, if you really read it out.
Kyle Stevens.
Hi, Dave.
There's Andy. Lynn McCurdy.
Hot dog pilot Andy.
Yeah, there's Anthony, Georgia Sunbelt.
Anthony.
See, now we got two Anthonys. What are we going to do? Are we going to start numbering the Anthonys now?
No. We'll be all right. I can never remember the numbers anyhow of all the Johns.
Well, I can't either. Oh, man.
Sparky, how's it going, buddy?
Sparky's in here, huh?
Yep.
I will turn my camera so you can see me. Not that you really want to see me, but
We can see your shoulder. It's better
yeah,
than your cat's butt.
yeah. Well, I'm looking over. I'm trying to lean over towards my computer screen because my computer and my camera are about 2 feet apart.
That's cool. That's cool. This summer, well, maybe in the spring, Thomas.
I'll do this, maybe.
I'm planning on when Robert's up here, we're going to go up there and maybe walk at the old road bed from that Indian Creek Railroad, and maybe we'll find some spikes there.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah.
Well, while I think most of us are in here, but if not, just a couple things. This weekend, if you are anywhere near Dallas, Texas, Plano Train Show is Saturday and Sunday. I'll be there on Saturday, and I think John Dilly will be there. I'm not sure. But if you're anywhere close to Dallas, even come on by the train show at Plano, Texas. That'll be fun. And there's Ken Amos. So that's what I'm doing this weekend. And don't forget, I tell you what, it is coming up so quickly. April, I think. Huh? Timonium's in the February show is in a couple weeks, and then of course the April show's in April 27th, I think it was.
Yep.
27, 28. So we'll be there.
I'm thinking about taking Amtrak
Ooh.
down to there. And make Robert come pick me up in DC during rush hour. Because Robert loves driving in that traffic.
Oh yeah. You better come on a Sunday night at 11 o'clock at night.
Don't you remember Sundays don't make no difference down there?
Not in the DC area.
Yeah. I don't know how people live with that traffic. That's just horrid.
So we will be there. So make sure if you're anywhere in that vicinity, be sure and show up. No, I'm not going to Amherst. So sorry.
I'd love to go, but
that's way too far away for me.
That's out of my pay grade.
That's almost like if I was going to Timonium, that's almost another day's travel.
If I was going to go there, I'd take a trip up and visit my old friend Sparky.
Yeah. Hey, Derek, how you doing? Good to see Derek. Bob Ainsworth is in here. So that's the two big announcements. Anybody else? You got train shows going on up there, Wilmer?
Nah, they had the one at Monroeville. It's over. Okay. I don't see anything coming up in the real near future.
Yeah, except Timonium is the 3rd and 4th of February.
I do take that back. The narrow gauge convention this year is going to be in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's right.
September, I think it was September 13th and 14th, or 11th to the 14th is what it was going to be. Now that I remember seeing the ad, which I think that's pretty exciting myself. I might go take a visit at that. That's about a 40-minute drive from here to where they're having it.
So Sparky says
the May meet and greet will be at Jim Thorpe, Reading and Northern Railroad. 3rd weekend of May.
Yeah.
That's right after you go back.
Yeah. That's why you planned it that way.
Yeah.
Hi, Ball and Hogger. How you doing? Mike, how are you doing? Good to see you.
Dale, buddy. How you doing, buddy? Dale, did you ever get a hold of Dwayne to claim your prize? You won a prize on Dwayne's Fork and Spoon. That was a few weeks ago. I know he was looking hard for you there for a while.
So if anybody plans on being at Plano this weekend, let me know.
Anyone I could think of that might be there would be John Deli.
Yeah.
He'll probably show up.
There's a few people in that area. Maybe Jack will make it this time.
Maybe. Hey, there's Dave, Crooked River and Eastern. How's it going, Dave? Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy belated birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dave. Happy birthday to you, and many, 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 many more.
And it was somebody else's birthday. Oh, Stormy. Which Stormy was it? Dave? One of the Stormy Sky people,
Okay.
because there's three of them.
There's 3 stormy skies.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to keep track of that?
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, Thomas Split Rock, how you doing? If anybody remembers whose birthday, which of the Stormy people it was, I think it was Dave, but Steve. Okay, it was Steve. Okay. Okay, it was Steve's birthday from Stormy Sky.
Okay.
All right.
Happy birthday to Steve.
And
Many
John
more.
2. Now, who's John 2? Oh, he's school killer. John, is it your birthday also? How about that?
It was past 2. It was past. Now, it's just, I do remember that.
Okay.
And happy birthday to John, who got his present last year with the Sneak on Track Tuesday interview.
And Derek says, please remind him not to tell Wilmer when his birthday is.
Yep.
He doesn't want you singing to him, I don't think.
I don't blame him. It's like hearing a moose caught with his leg caught in a trap.
Oh, man. All right. So tonight, as you probably know, I have been trying to get my refinery together. I have been building storage tanks because most of my refinery is going to be storage tanks. That's just the way it worked out. So,
well, that's now the real reason you don't want to build one of those refineries.
No, I already have one now.
Yeah, I know. You bought it already together.
I know, isn't that great?
Cheated.
So
you can
I
get
know,
all the fun of putting together a Walters kit that is just so fun. Because I'm putting one together now for Mr. Garlic. They're a lot of fun. Just tons of fun.
And yes, Dave, it is this cold. It's not really cold in my shed, but traversing from the back door to the shed, it was nice and cold. It's about 20 degrees here right now, so it's pretty cool. It's supposed to be down to 10 tonight.
They're saying when I get up in the morning tomorrow, they said the wind chill is going to be as much as 15 below.
Brr.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty cold.
Hey, Jerry, how are you doing? Good to see you.
We're going to be close to 0.
So, so far, this is what I've got. If I can.
That's okay, Split Rock. I ain't trading.
So there's the start. There's and then over there, and you'll notice I've got a lot of those Walther storage tanks, but I got some smaller Rix ones over here. So, and then I have one I'm scratch building, and I'm doing a video on it as I scratch build, but I'm waiting on this vase is acrylic plastic, so I'm waiting on some glue. I couldn't find any locally, some acrylic glue, so I made the top out of a for sale sign, believe it or not. So there's the top.
Hi, Jerry.
And then, like I said, as soon as I get the glue, I'll glue that on and finish all the details and everything for that. Nobody made one. The largest ones that are made are the Walthers ones, so I had to make one out of this. This is actually a flower vase for weddings, believe it or not. But you can buy them in 8-inch and 9-inch sizes, so that's what That's what I'm using to make the largest storage tank I need.
Dennis.
Hey, Dennis, how are you? So anyway, tonight what I thought I would do is, a lot of people we see do the Walthers ones, but I'm making some more of the Rix ones, and I wanted to just do one of the Rix Products storage tanks on tonight so you can see how nicely it goes together and how easy it is to work on.
Didn't your mama tell you that ain't good for you there, Anthony?
Yeah. So,
hiya, Bob Ainsworth.
Here is, I've got all the pieces cut. It's actually really easy. These pieces are just on one sprue together, and you just cut them off basically. So the difference is you have to look. Some of these have a row of rivets, if I can get that to focus, on the top and the bottom. I don't know. Sure is hard to focus, isn't it? There it is.
There it is.
So you see a row of rivets on the top and the bottom.
You ever notice rivet counters always notice where the rivets are?
That's right. Here's some with no rivets. And then you have panels that have rivets only on the bottom. So that's the difference. And the kit says to go ahead and separate them. So that's what I did. I've made 3 stacks here. The stacks with the rivets on both, with the rivets on neither the top and bottom, and then the rivets on just the bottom. So this kit goes together so easily. And then the only other thing you have is the top. And you can either get this kind of top, the flat top, or you can get it with the little dome top or whatever you call that.
Why couldn't Walthers do that nice and simple like that?
I don't know. Well, the Walthers kits.
Yeah, Rix kit. Yeah. Dennis is asking. He must have not have heard of a Rix kit.
Yeah. So here's the product. Now this is the 29-foot one. They also make a 43-foot one, which is actually just 2 more rows of panels is all it is. So, and they're a lot cheaper than Walthers stuff.
And you don't really need instructions because they're so simple to put together.
Yes, they are.
Did they give you instructions?
They do give you instructions right here.
Look at that. There's writing on them, not just an exploded picture.
So the basically, if you're doing the 26-foot when you start here and go up, if you're doing the 43-foot when you start here and go up. And that's the only difference between the two. So, but you always start, your bottom row always has a row of rivets on the bottom. So the pieces with the row of rivets only on the bottom, that's the ones you start with.
Now, let me ask you something, though. If you flip that upside down, then you'd have rivets only on the top.
Yeah, but there ain't no such thing.
There would be if you flip it over.
Yeah. You got to make things difficult, don't you?
Well, that's what I'm here for.
So the only thing I would caution you on this kit is to be careful where you get your glue so you don't have glue on your fingers and all over the outsides. And what I'm going to do, normally I always recommend you wash plastic kits, but I'm going to put it together first and then wash it. Because there's no reason for me to wash it, handle it with my oily fingers, and then wash it again. So what I do is I just put little glue here on the edge, not all the way to the top and not all the way to the bottom, just like that. And that's enough to hold it. And then you put the two pieces together. Just making sure that they are flush on the top and the bottom, so it makes a band. That's the only thing you really got to watch out for.
Hallelujah there, Waycross.
What?
He says, Waycross says, "High flying crow and Wilmer. I exited so excited. My life has been because of the Holy Spirit."
Hallelujah.
That's it. Praise the Lord. Is there a date associated with the prototype? Otter Creek wants to know. And when would this kit have been brand new in construction?
I don't know. There is no date associated with it because it's so generic. And there's nothing on the packaging that says, when they were first made or what date they're good for. I would assume that these are, like I said, they're so generic. They're just riveted panels are all they are.
Yeah.
So
I think they say on the outside paper that it can be used as a water tank.
Yes,
Also,
that's
right?
true. Yeah, because it says water/oil.
Or
tank.
oil.
Yeah.
So that same type of looking tank was used as a water tank. Dennis, if you're doing what I think you're trying to do.
Yeah, so that's I'm using them as oil storage tanks because the place I'm modeling has smaller oil storage tanks as well as the larger ones. And just so you know, let me grab it. This is the diagram I drew. So of what I need to model.
Okay.
So it has all my tanks and the size of them and also the color. And then how the piping runs through them. So everything else is going to be done with the Walther's oil refinery kit and painting on the backdrop.
Hi, Floyd Robbins. Welcome to the live stream.
Hi, Floyd. Hi, Les. How are you doing?
Yep. Hi, Les.
Randall Ellison, how's it going?
Randall.
And remember, with glue like this, and I don't care what brand it is you're using, the less you use, the better. Because what it does is it melts the plastic together. So if you melt the plastic more than is needed, all you're going to do is have a longer drying time. So don't.
Plus, it'll look like another rivet.
Yeah. So you don't have to worry about just putting a lot of glue on there.
Wig bang. There's Grandpa Rails. Hi,
There's
John. He was wondering if he was going to Plano. Is it a plastic kit and not styrene?
Yeah, it's styrene plastic.
Is it?
Yep. Styrene is just a type of plastic.
No, no.
Yeah. So you use the same glue you'd use for anything, model airplane glue, or I also have some of this Faller glue here. Uh, I know Tamiya makes glue.
John says he is going Saturday.
All right, that's when I'll be there, John. All right, there's the first level. That's all it takes.
This time, one of you need to take some pictures that you were there together.
I did last time.
You did?
If you'd watch my videos, you'd see that. See, Wilmer doesn't watch my videos. That's the problem.
Yes, I do.
Hey, Floyd Robbins, New Haven Rails, how's it going? All right, so the next row is going to have rivets on the top and the bottom. So I'm going to use that. And all you need to do, hey, there's James from Dundas. All you need to do is when you glue stuff together, of course, is just hold it for about 10 seconds and let it set.
I agree, Dennis. I don't like that stringy airplane glue either. Some people just love it, though.
Some people do. For this, it's ideal. There are sometimes where I want to use the liquid stuff, and sometimes I want to use this. So this is the place where I prefer to use this.
Hi, New Haven Rails. Welcome to the stream. You're up to 42 people watching.
Wow.
Yeah.
When I glue two solid pieces together and that overlap is when I really like to use, the tube glue. If I'm just gluing a seam, I usually prefer the liquid stuff.
That's terrific, Waycross. He said he got a subscriber count up over 300.
Oh, wow.
There's Roy, Container Man.
Hey, Roy. Like I said, the only thing you got to be careful of is make sure the bottom, when you're building the bands, that they're flush.
Boy, that's the truth, Dennis. He said it looks like it's going together pretty good. A well thought out kit, unlike a Wathers kit.
Yeah. Oh, it fits beautifully. I mean, it is a perfect fit when you get them together. Hey,
Hi,
Martin
Martin.
Schiersma, how you doing? Yeah, I just love the way they go together because there's no I have no issues with them whatsoever. Yeah. Well, that's why I try to put just a little bit of glue here on the edge, like I showed you. Because believe me, I've done 4 others of these kits, and I have gotten glue on them because I made a mess. So you live and learn.
Roy got the truck back tonight.
What?
Hold on a minute. I'll get it. So he's asking Roy if, since he got his truck back, does that mean he's going to Plano this weekend?
So now that I've got the bottom and the second ring done, now I can glue them together. And what I do is I just put them together. And the way the directions show them together, the rivet seam from the previous panel is just a little bit offset of the center. So just like that. So you see this rivet seam is offset from the center of this one. So that's how the instructions show it. Now, when I have them together like this, now this is where like I use my liquid cement on the inside. It's just if I can get it.
That's what I like too, Anthony. The Fowler Expert, which I think is what Robert's doing right now.
Yeah.
I like the Fowler Expert. I've used it for years.
Yep, that's what I've got here. Plastikkleber. I have.
I've had a lot of luck with it, so don't have the strings neither.
Hang on a second, because I've got to.
Holds well too. Just like Hot Dog Anthony's, it has a nice smell to it.
Yeah. Hold on. I think my
I like Tamiya too, Dennis. I do like to. I never did Mr. Hobby.
It's all basically the same stuff. Hang on a second, everyone. I had to find a piece of bronze phosphor wire that I can put down in there to open up the needle. And when you can't see anymore, it's hard to do. It's like threading a needle.
Good to have you back, Ken.
There we go. There we go. Now,
What a waste of good glue.
now I can glue it together. Like I said, I like using when I'm doing a seam. I prefer this glue.
Yeah. Joe Rader says that why didn't you use a lighter to heat the tube?
Because I don't have a lighter on me.
That's a good reason.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you can do that with the tubes. If you just heat it with a lighter, it'll open it up. If you have a lighter or a match on you, that's a good way to do it. But I didn't have one, so I guess I should start smoking, huh?
No.
All right, so there we go. There's I'll just hold it down there for a second. Just give it a little. This is very light pressure. I'm not pushing real hard. Just to let it set. There we go. There are two. Now, since I used the double, with the rivet on the top and the bottom, now I'm going to use the one with no rivets on it. Yeah. Is the next row. Sparky can bring me spare lighters, okay. Well, I have matches in the house, but I didn't bring any out to the train room, so.
Not to mention glue's kind of flammable.
Yeah. Whoosh. Well, thank you, Derek. I'm glad you're enjoying the mugs there.
I hate to have Robert running down the street like a Richard Pryor.
Yeah. My hair on fire or something.
Derek says he's enjoying your mug.
That's what I said. Yeah.
Did you get them all, Derek?
I know he got mine and he got them from Dave. I hadn't heard whether he got yours yet.
Well, he should have got mine and Tony's together.
Yeah, but he got Dave's and he got the 2 I sent. So. No, Anthony, a Walther's kit that the parts don't fit together properly. You're lying.
That's true. That's true, Roy. He said the whole shed is flammable.
Yeah, that's right. That's all I'd need. Just go up in flames.
Well, we know you got it heavily insured.
Yeah.
Look at all the fun you'd have rebuilding all them engines and stuff again.
Ugh. Martin says I can trade Sparky lighters for packing peanuts. Okay.
There you go. Stu says a good applicator is a sewing needle with the top of the open end cut off and the rest of the eye to hold the glue.
Oh, that is a good idea. Absolutely.
I don't know why you didn't get mine. That bums me out because they sure took my money.
They like taking your money.
Oh, I know.
And the only one different, of course, is the last one where you've got to kind of slide it in. Hold them both together at the same time. All righty. Now, when you're putting, of course, the next row on, you want to make sure that the rivets line up with the panel preceding it. So if you can see here, these rivet seams need to line up. and I just sight down them. So now, and the better you get them lined up, so now you can see that those rivet seams are lined up. So now I'm just going to take my Faller glue and come in here and put it in the seams. So you don't have to flood it. This stuff melts the plastic, and you don't want it melting so much that you have to let it dry for a week. Or sometimes if you use way too much glue, it'll never dry.
Bob Ainsworth says they're making packing peanuts that dissolve in water, so that they'll be using them again. So I guess they won't use them again if they dissolved in water. You don't have that mess anyhow.
All right, now I just put a little pressure on it for a minute.
And Artie says you got to make sure that you seal up all those rivets because they don't want no leaks.
That's right. And I think these kits are pretty reasonable. I think they're about $12 if I remember correctly.
Unlike the $50 Walthers ones.
Yes.
Dennis wants to know: is there a man plate?
On the top, there isn't one on the side. Now you could probably figure some way to create one. But if you look at the top, let me see if I can get on there. You can see it.
Yeah, I got one on the top there.
Yeah. But you're right. There usually is one on the bottom, so you can get inside to clean it. But I guess you could use that on the top.
What do you expect for the $12?
Yeah.
Yeah. You could spend the 50 and probably still not get the side hatch either.
It does come on the Walthers kit, yes.
Does?
Yeah. And there you separately, and if we have time, we'll kind of go over this, the ladder kit, because there is a ladder kit that you can buy. It's $3 or $4 as well.
Right.
And it's got a level gauge on it, and of course the ladders.
No, I don't think so, Dennis. He wanted to know does it come with any plumbing or do you have to scratch it up or?
No, it does not.
No.
It's basically just the tank. So, and then of course, like I said, you can buy that ladder kit. I've got some tubing I'm going to bend and put on it for to go into the tank and to come out of the tank. So. I'm actually going to use aluminum rods to do that. And then I bought the little tubing benders from Micromark so that you can bend the tubes.
Ken says get 10/100 plastic and rivets from San Juan Models and make your own hatch.
Yep. I actually have a decal sheet of raised rivets, believe it or not.
I don't ask me why, but I really believe you on that.
One thing I forgot to do, and I should have done this before I started gluing them together. The top piece, because the lid of the tank sits on it, you want to cut these off flush. So I'm going to do that now. So that they don't interfere with putting the top on it.
Artie wants to know if those are anti-slip ladders.
Oh, definitely.
They had them in 1976.
I don't know.
Well, you're supposed to know these things.
I was just trying to make Artie feel good. They, I am sure that they did. I mean, I know they've had anti-skid paint around for a long time.
Mark from Stew Structure wants to know, so that glue should work on an engine boiler. If it's made out of styrene,
What's that?
the glue.
Yep. The tube glue, yes. That's right. If anybody is curious, the tube glue, this tube glue is actually toluene and styrene plastic mixed together. That's what makes it thick like that.
Derek and Ken are saying make your own anti-skid ladder with paint with sand in it.
Yeah, there you go. If I can find HO scale sand, I will do that.
Artie says they weren't lucky enough to have anti-skid slip ladders in 1976.
Maybe not. Auto toilet flush and water taps only came out here in 2013. Okay.
What'd they do before the auto flush happened? This thing's got kind of smelly.
No, you had to flush it yourself with your own hand.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so there's the so this just stacks on top of the other ones. Line up the rivet seams with the one that's two levels down.
What happens if you get them off a little bit?
The closer you are, the better it looks. That's all I can say.
Oh, okay. Sparky says it looks like a coffee mug without a handle.
Maybe it is. I just think it's a nice little kit because it goes together so well and so easily,
Yeah, I think it's a nice little kit. The Rix kits and the Pike kits.
Yeah, same company. Yeah.
Yeah, they do go together pretty good, and they're versatile. You can do all kind of things with them. You can kit bash them really easy and take one or two kits and make something really terrific out of it. And they don't break the bank.
Yeah. And then it's too bad Steve's not on here, Steve 87th, because then he could watch the glue dry.
Yeah. He will glue on the bottom, but Robert will call it the top. They're all wondering why there ain't a bottom in it. Can't put no liquid in it if there ain't no bottom in it.
I know, it's terrible, isn't it? And then that's the last thing, just glue on the top.
Derek got it right. He says, not like the Waters kit silver tanks that the sections won't even fit together and they're different ones stick out.
These fit together just really nicely.
The Pike stuff is I think the same company,
Yes, it is.
Anthony.
You just have to make sure you don't get the tabs on the bottom setting where those tabs are inside. They've got to be opposite. So it's the only thing you have to watch out for when you set the top on.
I agree wholeheartedly, Ken. He says you'd think after all the negative comments on fit and instruction sheets, Wathers would fix at least one model.
You'd think.
We could do a whole show on Bash and Wathers kits. But the truth is, people keep buying them because there isn't a whole lot of other things that have the variety that the Wathers kits have. I mean, they're not bad. My only beef is what some of them cost. They should fit together a lot better than what they do and give you a decent set of instructions. I mean, wouldn't be hard to give them a decent set of instructions.
Yeah, that's. See you, Kyle. All right, so that's it. Look at there. In 30 minutes, you got a nice oil or water storage tank.
I'm happy for you, Roy.
What'd he say?
He said he didn't have any problem putting the Wathers one together. It went together nicely.
His grain bins. I wonder if he means the bins or the silos, because the silos are a nightmare. I've got so much putty in the silos. It's more putty than it is plastic.
And you know, Dave Thurber, he showed that he bought silos for his barn,
Mm-hmm.
and it was 6 pieces went together just as pretty as a picture.
Hmm.
So, and it was a Wathers kit. He even made comment how nicely it went together. See you later, Kyle.
Derek says, I think it needs an Indian head on the side of it.
That'd be cool.
Indian head oil.
That wouldn't bother me.
Well, it's going at the Calumet refinery, so their symbol used to be, I think, like an arrow or a spear or something like that.
Yeah, that is the advantage of scratch building, Dennis. No one to blame but yourself. And Robert could eventually use that sheet of rivets that he's got that he was talking about.
All right, so let's see what we can do with the ladder here since we got a little bit of time. See you, Sparky.
See you later, buddy.
What's that?
I'm trying to get it, but the there they are. Instructions are only suggestions.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty funny.
Well, with Walter's kits, that's the truth.
Yep. You wouldn't create. Dennis says he wouldn't. He knows he wouldn't want to be the guy creating the instructions for any of his kits, especially a Craftsman kit. Man, I can't imagine a Craftsman kit without instructions.
Oh, me either.
Ken Amos says the Waters kid are like a 12-year-old wrote them. I don't know about 12, maybe more like 5 or 6.
All right. I think the hardest part of this is going to be cutting the ladder off the sprue. There we go.
Dennis says a good kit puts itself together. That's the kind that Robert likes. He gets them all the time at the train shows. They're already put together.
Yep, that's the kind I like. All right. So let me see. And cleaning this ladder up a little bit. Oops. Went on the floor. How about that?
It's probably the latter, Derek. He said either Weathers has smart employees and they think everyone can build them, or really stupid employees that just stick a sheet in the box and never really built one. Ian agrees with you. Already put together is nice.
Oh, yeah. Believe me.
I agree with you too, Artie. Those Pringle containers make great storage tanks.
Yeah. They do indeed. Pringles containers, PVC pipe.
Not to mention you can eat the chips inside.
I like the size of these ladders too. They're not oversized. And that's another thing I find with a lot of kits. The details are oversized, but the kit itself is too small.
How about them Central Valley ones?
Oh, don't even get me started.
Why?
I don't want a Central Valley bridge.
No, I was talking about the Central Valley ladders that I gave you.
Oh, I
Did you
don't.
use them?
I have them, but I don't. They're not in here. They're out in my shop.
Oh, I just wondered if they were oversized.
Yeah, I don't know.
You mean you didn't measure them?
No,
Man, I
I
ain't
don't.
like you. You're
I
slipping.
know. I am slipping.
It
It's terrible.
really is.
Now,
Bob Ainsworth says they get those guys from Model Railroader who can scratch build to build them, and then they say it works.
yeah,
Artie says most of the tanks there in Australia have spiral stairs on the outside.
yeah. A lot of the bigger ones do. The smaller ones don't. At least here, the smaller ones don't. They've got the. They just have straight ladders. And probably since the 80s, they're usually caged ladders. All right, so here's the hard part with the ladders. These.
Yeah.
So those are the ladder supports. So they glue onto the ladder, and then that's what glues onto the tank.
And Dennis wants to know that's a pretty big storage tank. What's the scale height?
Of what? This
That
one?
storage tank you're doing.
This one right here?
That's what he's talking about.
Yeah, 29 feet.
29 feet. Did you measure that? Make sure.
Well, that's what the package says.
Oh, you're going by what?
29 by 24. 24 foot in diameter and 29 feet high.
I wonder if the people that printed that are the same people that give us the evening news.
I don't know. I don't know. So I'm going to cut off.
The what do you mean by that, Roy? That the big orange storage tanks have a floating top? What do you mean floating? You
Yeah,
just sit on?
they do. So the
Really?
top, yeah, the top is sealed, has seals on all the way around it, and as the oil level drops, the top floats down with it.
Really? That's
Yeah,
done there. I learned something again today.
yeah. They've had floating top tanks for years. I mean, since
No, I never heard of that. I really didn't. Of course, too, we don't have too many big oil tanks around here.
you should. I mean, that's where the oil business started, was in Pennsylvania.
That was back when they used wooden barrels.
So
Dwight says it looks like an O scale one.
what?
Your your tank.
O scale?
That's what he says.
Huh. No. It's a lot smaller than the Walther's tanks.
Derek says the big oil tanks at the power plant near him are 45 feet high and they are 90 feet in diameter.
Yeah.
And Dennis says that's nearly 100,000 gallons, he thinks. Ray says that's how they do it on the West Coast with the floating tops.
Yep, they do around here too.
Artie wants to know how many tanks you are actually making.
Total, let me see. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 tanks.
But you only have 16 loading or platforms. That don't match up.
Oh, you're so silly. All right, so I don't know how well you can see this, but this is that tiny little piece glues on to the ladder.
Oh, I thought that was some dirt on the end of the pliers.
Yeah.
And you're going to use that stringy glue on that little teeny part.
Oh, that you almost have to use this type of glue.
Really? Why?
Because it sets up better. And faster than the liquid stuff.
I'm learning all kind of stuff here today. I'm getting educated. Derek says the tanks that have liquid LP can actually be raised to increase the pressure. That's what I say. Yikes. Dennis, yikes. Me too, Dennis. He says that little speck will be shooting off to the other side of the room on the black carpet, never to be seen again.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Dennis. I've done that many a time and always hope that I have another one. And if not, I'm looking at my sprues and stuff to see if I have something that looks close to it so that I can sneak it in there.
Hey, we've all done that. We have
Ken Amos
all
says he
done
likes
that.
wood kits over styrene.
Does he?
Once you hear it being sucked up into the vacuum, you never do find it again. Dennis likes the wood kits too, he says. Better. Him and Ken Amos both.
Yeah, I do wish that Rix would have molded these on. These are
Yeah, I kind of agree with you there.
they're kind of fidgety.
Ken, he has 10 to 12 styrene kits and 90 plus wood kits to build yet. 90 of them. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I've got a few myself, but not that many.
No. I never really counted how many kits I got to build. I got a bunch. Not that many.
Yeah, I think if I had that many to build, I'd be in trouble.
Good night, Andy.
Night, Andy.
Hi, Gary. Gary Shanks stopped in.
Hi, Gary.
Well, he's putting this all together. Robert's trying to put together something really special for the 5th Tuesday of this month. We'll let you know when we have that finalized. I know it's getting close.
Well, this ain't working out on this one.
I hope you film most of them, Ken, because I love watching people put together those things. Dennis is, I've watched him put together quite a couple of them on his channel.
Whew. This is a little tedious. Appreciate everybody hanging in there with me.
Dennis wants to know, do you have a pair of optivisors or don't you?
Ta-da.
I was going to be surprised if he didn't have them on already.
Yep, I got them on.
See ya, tuna dog? Who's tuna dog?
Was that Dwight?
Yeah.
That must be Wigwag then leaving or something.
Read your okay, let me see. Where is it? My goodness, Derek gets way up there. Hold on. It said, hi, Gary. I'm supposed to read that to you, Derek said. I don't think that's the one he wanted me to read you. Good night, Andy's the next one. Oh, okay, here we go. Here, I'll put it on the screen. Robert, they should at least put them on the sprue at least to correct distance so that you can glue them onto the ladder in the correct place where they should be. Then cut them off the screw.
I know. It's not ideal the way they did them. I think that's the only complaint I have is they should have done these way differently than they did them.
Well, Dennis, this Walther's kit, the the oil refinery has little tinky pieces like that too that you got to put on. Believe me, I'm not real excited about doing it, but you got to do what you got to do.
I think I'm going to find a different way though, because I'm not going to do 6 of these ladders like this.
It says jeweler. Mark says jeweler and other use an apron that goes around your neck and is attached across the front of the workbench.
Good idea.
Well, he uses his layout for a workbench, so that wouldn't work for Robert.
I do have a desk to work on, but it's not out here. Unfortunately.
Dennis said he would he's considered getting a desk apron.
All right.
Bob says you might want to get a little bit better light in there too. It looks a little dark.
I've got enough light from where I am.
I could never have enough light. I got
Well, yeah, I could have some more. You're right. There's never enough, but I can see what I'm doing. Let's put it that way.
would canopy glue work on cardstock kits?
Sure.
I don't know. I think it would.
Yeah.
Hi, Rusty.
What is Rusty here?
Yeah.
How you doing, Rusty? All right. All right, I only have 2 more to put on. How about that?
Hold on a minute. Yeah, okay.
Huh?
Nothing. I'm being trying to be ornery here.
You're not.
Surely not.
Not Wilmer. Not Wilmer. Wilmer's not going to try to be ornery.
Rusty, the weather you got down there is not what I got up here. It's colder even still here. Not
Where's
much.
Rusty?
Not much, but it is.
Actually, wasn't it colder here today, or no? It's a little bit warmer than where you are.
Just a little bit. It didn't even get above 20 here today.
It got to, I think, 24 here today.
Plus, we got the wind blowing too. That, I think that was our high here today, Joe, 19. That's what they said on TV anyhow, if you can believe them. Actually, outside I hadn't go out and measure it or anything, but it looks about like 3 or 4 inches here. My pastor said that who lives in the next town on up the road about 5 miles, said they got 5 inches. You get up in the mountains, they've got close to a foot. So.
All right.
Yeah, James, my heart goes out to you. He said it's minus 11 Celsius there. What's that work out to Fahrenheit?
Minus 11.
Yeah.
I think that's around 20, 15.
It's warmer there, James, than it is here. You're north of me. You're on the right side of the lakes.
All right. So there are all the little things on the ladders.
Right.
Now, this gets glued onto the tank.
So how do you know where to put it?
It doesn't say. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue it right below the hatch.
That's what I would have thought. You're being hard on James, ain't you, Derek? You're the thief hatch. That's what Dennis calls it, the thief hatch. You're going to go in and steal a thing of crude oil. Rusty says it's supposed to be a high of 65 Thursday. That'd be heat wave. We'd be all sweating here. Yep. You got that right, James.
All right. So there you go. There's the ladder glued on the side. One more little piece here.
What's this little piece?
This is, hold on. This is a level indicator. So the level indicator gets glued together, two pieces, and you can see it better in the instructions here. That figure 2. So those two pieces get glued together, the little circles.
You're going to put those two little tiny pieces together and then glue it to the tank.
Yes. That is correct, sir.
Yeah, you couldn't pay me to live in Buffalo. Not in the wintertime. Ain't no way. They got 30 inches of snow.
Okay, so this is a this little thing that I'm gluing together is the pulley assembly.
The pulley assembly. I thought you said it was the.
Yeah, well, it's part of the indicator. The indicator actually hangs off of it on a string and then shows the level of the tank.
Huh.
So there you are. That's what it says anyway.
Ray
So
Bertelstein says make sure that the level isn't a half a bubble off. It's not that kind of a level. It hangs on a string, is what he said.
yeah. And then I will get a piece of string over
Why
here.
don't you just let the glue make a big string up the side?
That's not the kind of string you want.
So, well, that'd be about right as far as prototypical. Look,
I have a nice
piece of thread.
piece of thread here.
It's way too thick. Did you measure that thread?
Yes, I did. It's actually scale at 7/16 of an inch thick in diameter. What do you think?
It's running down your leg.
Now you made me drop it.
Hey, that's better than having them little tiny pieces that you glued on the ladder fall.
All right. Well, let's see. So this is a level indicator. I wonder if I know this is kind of a plastic thread. I wonder if um, this glue would work on it. What do you think?
Did it come with a clear sight tube?
No. Sorry.
Oh, goodness.
So we're going to see if this works. I don't know. If not, I'll get some super glue later on and fix it. But what I've done is, I don't know if you can see that little thread hanging there, but I'm going to wait till it dries and see. If not, I'll put super glue. And this is the gauge. This little square thing hangs off the end of that thread. So
Anthony says, can you see those parts on the tank without a magnifying glass?
no.
Why are you putting them on?
Yeah, you can see them, but it's
you got to look for them, though.
Look for them. Yeah.
That's it. You got to look for them. So,
Well,
Anthony, you make a visit to Roberts. You know, if you ever make a visit, make sure you look for them parts and make a video of it so that we can say that you saw them on there.
Yeah. So anyway, that is the Walthers oil storage tank.
No, that ain't Walthers.
Or I'm sorry, Rix Products. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Yeah. What would you do without me to correct you there?
I don't know. But that's it.
Ain't a bad looking tank.
No, it's not. It's not. And once it gets painted, I think it'll look really nice.
What color are you painting it?
Some of them are silver and some of them are white.
Now, my question to you is, why would you put that thread with that little tiny piece on it before you'd paint it?
Why not?
Wouldn't it be easier to paint it without that in a way?
No, it won't
No,
make a difference.
no. Okay.
It won't make a difference.
It does look good.
Yeah, I think this'll. I think that'll look real nice once it's.
Yep. For a, like you said, a $12 kit,
Yeah,
you can't go wrong.
yeah. I think. And it, like I said, it fits together so nicely that uh, it's simple to put together. It's, you don't have to fill it with a bunch of putty once you get it together. So.
Yeah, I know all about that too.
All right, there we go. Wow, this has been great. I appreciate everybody hanging in this long. Going a whole hour and a half.
Yeah. My eyes are still trying to adjust from trying to see the sight glass.
I imagine what would be on here with that little indicator is there's probably a strip on the side of the tank that's got the levels, and that indicator raises and lowers. I imagine that's how it's would be in real life. So
It does look good though. From
yeah, I think it's a nice looking little kit actually. So
yep.
And it'll look good with all the other ones there. So
All right, John Bianchi.
John, is he leaving us?
He's coming in. He's coming in right as we're getting about ready to shut it down.
So really, if you can see it, that's a little pulley that holds the sight gauge.
Yep. Bob says, he said it before, you deserve credit for doing this live.
Yeah.
I've tried to do it live before. It didn't work out that great.
Well, it's good when you've got somebody reading the chat for you, so you don't have to be constantly looking up.
Right.
And Anthony says, and we saw nothing. Yeah, Otter Creek. Yeah, I've seen those too that have a clear tube that you can see the fluid level. I've seen those as well. So, when are you coming down, Anthony? Did Anthony say he was coming down, or
yeah,
or is it just a dream?
He's going to surprise you at Plano this weekend.
All right.
You just wait for him.
Yeah. Well,
you never know when Anthony's going to pop in and surprise you. You never know.
That's right. At least I won't be disappointed because John will be there, right?
Yep. You and John will have a blast.
Yeah. Wow.
You looking for anything in particular at the show?
I need some scenery material. I need some more leaves, not those knocked leaves. And I need some of the some of this stuff that's it's just called earth, I think.
Blended turf.
Yeah, just the straight earth because it's just brown. Yeah, so this is the blended stuff. I want the ones that's just brown.
Why didn't you just go out and get some dirt and dry it out
well, I do that too.
And sieve it out.
I do that as well.
Instead of buying that expensive stuff from Woodland Scenics.
I do that. I used a combination of dirt and grout as well. So,
Yeah, I haven't tried the grout yet. I've heard a lot of people use that.
but one thing I have found out when you use grout, and I think it's the same thing as for dirt, put that down first and let it dry. Don't try to mix the turf in with it.
Anthony says he's going to be uh, having an extended time in Texas. He's going to try to get over to see you.
That would be great, Anthony. We could have a fun day.
He'll put you to work on his layout there, doing ops. He's been looking for people to come down and have ops sessions on his layout.
That's right, especially since I've cleaned it all again. So I don't have a lot of junk on it like I did before. I actually have room to do op sessions now.
Your refinery area is coming together pretty nice. It's starting to look pretty good.
Yeah, I think that'll.
It sure beats looking at Wather's boxes leaning against the backdrop. And your painting that you did on the backdrop is awesome.
Thank you. Thanks. It was fun. But I want to get that refinery done. And it's close. I've got my road down there. I don't know if you can see if I'm going to move my camera down there so you can see my road. I haven't striped it yet, but there's the road. Like I said, it just hadn't been striped, and I need to put the grade crossing in. So.
John, you haven't been up to Roberts yet, have you? John Billy?
No, he hasn't.
Yeah, and you don't live that far away.
And then there's all the platforms. It's coming along.
Hi, Trackside Mike.
Hey, Mike, how you doing? What do you mean you haven't been solidified?
His plans, the plans.
Oh, his plans.
His work's taking him over that way. That's what he's saying.
Thanks, Randall. Yeah. And I've got some more on pre-order, actually, some more tank cars. So they're Atlas ones, and I don't know when they're going to be out. They've been on pre-order for over a year now. So
You're welcome, Anthony. Anytime.
what did he say?
He said, "Thanks, Wilmer."
Yeah.
That's what buddies are for.
Yeah.
What's up, Mike?
Yeah. So, what do you got going on, Wilmer? Tell people about your refinery.
No.
Oh, I'll tell them that Wilmer's building the Walthers oil refinery, the one that I found that's over there that I got at a train show already built. So,
You know, when I did my live stream, I had hair. That's all I need to say.
Yeah, Wilmer had hair before he had the Walthers oil refinery, before he got it. And now look at him.
Yep.
He looked, yeah.
Look at that shine. The old Brenner ain't got nothing on me.
Randall says he's almost done for locomotives for the year. Good grief, it's only January.
He's got a bunch of them.
Joe says it's a fun kit. Wilmer.
Yeah, it's fun. But you thought, Joey, yeah, I'll bet you. Oh, no, I ain't going to say that. It's lots of fun. It's just like going to the dentist. Yeah. I just love going to the dentist.
Yours had some damage too, didn't it?
Yeah, I bought it on eBay and it came back like an elephant sat on it. And but all the pieces were in there, and I literally, it was kind of like your little ladder thing. I kind of glued them back together.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's well, I'm glad you're having fun with it, and I'm not. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I went against my rules and went and bought it on eBay because even with the shipping, it was cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a cheap kind of guy. I opened myself wide open for abuse. Yeah.
So, Derek, I actually found that refinery at a train show. Some guy was redoing his layout, and he brought a bunch of buildings that he didn't want to use anymore on his new layout, and he was selling them. And I snapped it up real fast. Real fast.
That he did.
Yep, I'm glad I didn't have to build that. I got to put out a video here pretty soon. My wife had bought me some stuff for Christmas, and I got to show that, I guess, don't I?
Yeah. Holding out on us.
I know. Well, they were on pre-order once again, so I had to wait on them. This pre-order thing is annoying.
I don't do pre-orders.
I try not to, and it's gotten to the point of where if you don't do it when they release it, you probably won't ever get it. Yeah, no, she didn't get me any underwear. Sorry. Yeah, I've always been. I'm not a fan of the pre-order thing, and I think it's just because people don't know their business anymore. That's what I think. What do you think? No opinion?
I don't do pre-orders.
Yeah.
I don't care how nice. I don't like. You have to pay for that stuff up front when you do a pre-order, right?
Sometimes it depends. If you like, there's some of the pre-order stuff I do not, because there's a hobby shop that I deal with quite often, and he knows me well, and he knows I'll pay him.
Right.
So I don't have to when I pre-order through him. But
either way, ain't no fun. I mean, if yeah, have to pay in advance and wait a year. I've heard even some guys even wait longer than a year for a
Yeah.
pre-order.
Oh, I've been waiting longer than a year.
That would drive me crazy. And they're playing with my money the whole time. And then, or the opposite way, you they didn't ask you for your money, and all of a sudden it shows up. And now you got to come up with the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if it's they send you a bunch of pre-orders all at one time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Uh,
That either way, that just don't sound good to me.
I just think it's the pre-order is because people running companies now don't really know their market, and they don't know how to gauge what they'll sell, and so they try to get as much as they can as a pre-order. So basically you're paying to develop their product.
Right. Ken, I understand where you're coming from. He said he tried a pre-order with K&R and it never showed, and then he canceled. And no issue getting the money back, but he said he was disappointed that it didn't show.
Right.
I understand you. And I think most people will come right out and say they don't really like the pre-orders. And you know what really gets me is with the pre-order thing, you got some of these companies, they don't put too much out besides the pre-orders. And then you might never ever find them in your local train store or wherever. Period.
Well, that's what I say about the pre-orders. If you don't pre-order it, you'll probably never get it. Or you'll be lucky if you just happen to stumble across it a year or two later.
Yeah. Find it at Timonium. Yeah. Stand there like I did all day looking at different blue boxes. Looking for different things for people.
Well, there are some blue box things that I still want to look at, so I'm glad we're going to Timonium. That's for sure.
I always look at them.
Yep. And the price is right. That's the good thing about it.
It's my favorite. That guy, as soon as like I said, I walked into Timonium and there was the big blue box guy right there as you come in the door, and I heard the angels in the heaven calling. Like my son went and seen the whole show, walked around, seen the whole show, and he come back and I was still at the blue box table.
Yeah.
That's what he said. I walked around the whole place already. I said, you did. Good for you. I do. I love blue boxes too.
Yeah, Chris, that's what we were saying. We don't care for pre-order. I don't care for pre-orders. And you're right. They don't take the money until they receive it. But still, I just don't think it's a good way of doing business.
Grandpa Rail said he'd been waiting 2 years on an AC 4400 CW Athearn engine, Spirit of West Virginia, and it was supposed to have been there last June before he moved.
Yeah.
Do you think since you moved might throw it off there, Grandpa? Probably does. It's like most places, they got some kid straight out of high school that don't know how to think.
Yeah. Yeah. Pre-orders aren't great, but the blue box are good some blue box. I do have my problems with some blue box because they get warped over time, all the years. And then some of them are just fine. So it's
Robert, we've been buying most of them for like $5. If it's a little bit warped, I mean, $5.
The problem with it being warped is that it will derail. And that's where I have the issues.
Get out your heat gun and just lightly put some heat on it and Find a nice heavy weight, and it'll straighten it right out.
Straighten it right out. Well, I use the boiling, the hot water thing too.
Oh, see, there's another method.
Yeah.
For $5,
180-degree water will be, it's perfect for plastic.
Well, what do you think? We're going to call it?
I guess so. I guess it's
Almost 2 hours now.
Yeah. Hey, that's good for us, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we're moving right in there in the Jim Tedesco and a couple other people. They get going, buddy. It's like as long as it takes. James gone. Dundas, he likes to do that too.
Yeah.
But that's okay. At least we didn't, we were having fun. And that's what it's all about, having fun.
Yeah. That is what it's all about.
Thanks, John.
We were having fun.
So.
Yeah. I enjoyed this evening, and I do appreciate everybody sticking in there and watching the glue dry, and
almost smell it.
And I hope to see as many people as possible at Plano this coming weekend. So, yeah, John Schoolkill, you take it easy. Joe and everybody. Trackside Mike. James. It's good to see you guys in here. Good to see everybody in here that's here.
Yep.
I hope I said hi to everybody. If I didn't, hello.
Raymond Anthony 127.
Hey Raymond, how are you doing?
Just got here. What do you mean? What did he miss?
What did he miss? Over?
Here, let me put it in rewind here.
Yeah. There you go.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry, Raymond. We were putting together a Rix Products oil storage tank. Yeah, so thanks, Otter Creek. Appreciate it.
Yep. Dennis, you have a good night. I'll catch you guys Saturday if you don't cancel on me.
What? Saturday?
Yep. Saturday mornings they do back.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. I was thinking what you were doing.
Yeah, when you're still in bed.
Yeah, when I'm still in bed. Yeah, so I like I said, I appreciate everybody being here, and we will see you next time. Make sure to catch Dave, Crooked River and Eastern next Tuesday,
or tomorrow or Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday he does his
Thursday morning. Thursday morning does the morning brew.
Morning brew. Yeah.
When Robert's still in bed.
Yeah. You East Coast people.
You're just still in bed.
All right, you guys take it easy, and we'll see you. You have a great week. God bless.
God bless. Take care.